Hi. Hi. Um, I was looking for Stumpy. Uh, I've got to explain a few things, what's happening that you don't seem to understand. I'm a bit surprised about, but guess not in a way. Um, what happens uh, when you talk about anything? You sort of say, I don't get it because, I'm old and I'm fat and, what would that do? And, it's stupid and, you know, but actually the way it actually works with males, best as I can explain it or understand it. You've heard me talk about left brain and right brain. Okay. Well, the left brain, this side, has it it throws up images. So if I say the word tree, your your left brain picks up an image that, yep, there's my tree. If I say the word cat, you've got an image for cat, dog. You've got images for that many things we all have. So if I asked you to draw something, just anything, an apple, you draw basically what's on your left, the image. It's a stat. It's just like a pick. Just bang, apple. Here it is, apple. So when someone mentions apple, you call that. Okay, and that's all your images, and that's when we're learning to draw. We learn to get rid of those images and actually draw what's there. Uh, Now, what you're thinking is, how could my words be doing anything to you? And the truth is, when you put words, and I read those words, it has nothing to do with how you look or how I feel or anything else. What you're doing is actually getting my left brain to go in and get an image. So if you talk about legs, it'll go and get the legs image. Shaven legs, yep. Clean, smooth, silky, yep. Not your legs, just great, yep. Bang, I've got those. And then you might talk about the arse. That'll come an arse. Before you know, I've got a whole picture of somebody in my brain when I'm trying to concentrate on my work. That's actually what happens. And that's why, before we had webcams, women used to be able to turn men on just by words. You know, we didn't even see one another, and it was still possible to. You don't actually, and you might not make them horny there and then. You don't make me horny there and then. You just fill my head full of these images, and it's particularly annoying because I actually need my mind to tell me what to do next. So I see it creates its own images and it tells me what to do. But you've taken over my brain by putting these images there that I don't want. I didn't ask you to put them there. I don't want them there. And that's why I say we might just have. I haven't blocked you or anything else like that. But I was just saying, if you understand what you're doing, because you've said, no, I'll talk about whatever I want. I'll be okay. So I'm trying to finish this in a hurry because I've got appointments coming up and they're going to hassle me and that sort of thing. I don't want to get going in a hurry. And you're saying, oh, no, I'm going to fill your head full of all this garbage. And I'm thinking, well, I don't really want my head filled full of garbage. It's hard enough to keep going. There's too many distractions come up. But and this is what I used to say. I don't want these pussies and everything floating around because it's like he's got a big poster and going, look, pussy, 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 and it doesn't make you horny. It just makes you think of it because that's what you're looking at. It's like if you put a picture of food in front of you, you'll look at it and you'll want the food. It's just that simple. Um, but if you wanted to be clever with somebody, you could actually find out how to manipulate the images and get them on a sequence. You make a guy come if you're that clever, if you're that interested. Probably a bit different for me. I'm a cuckold. I react to different things, but different guys do to different things. But see, you're sitting there thinking, that's stupid. I'm just. But it's not. It's as I said. I don't even need to see you. I don't see you. You could be, 80, 20, fat, thin, doesn't matter. Because the words you're throwing up are just going to my left brain. I'm reading them. Bang, boom, up comes the next image. And next one, next one, next one, and I'm just beauty. And it's, you know, it's easy to do. I don't see what's so funny about it. But that's how, that's just how easy it is to, yeah, because we call these images. Same as if I could sit there and talk, and I do, just for funny, talk about food to people, and they have to go and eat, and when they're on a diet. I don't actually do it on a diet, but I mean, I did it once, just to see whether it works. Yeah, just talk about food and just make them eat. Yeah, I can laugh about it, and I wouldn't do it to people. That's what TV does to you. Just keeps throwing you images, images, images. I gotta eat, I gotta eat, I gotta eat, I gotta eat. You keep looking at pictures of food, you need it, and that's what's happening. And I'm trying to say, boom, yeah, please, can we just talk about something else? Don't film. I don't need these bloody, just like you don't need pictures of food in your brain. You know, you're just not going to appreciate it. So I wouldn't do it to you. And I wouldn't think it was funny that you had to go and eat, because I know what I'm doing. That's how marketers work. That's what advertising's all about. That's what I'm trying to do with Paper Trail. Put these images in there. Yeah, I'm trying to say, I know what I'm doing. I don't exactly know how to manipulate it the best way possible. I mean, if you did know, and people do, if they know what to do with it and how to call those images, they make a fortune. But that's what it is. It's, so if you keep doing it and you keep filling, I'll just say, well, look, I've got to go until I finish this work, because, you were good before. It really was zooming. But then, you start talking about all this, pussy and legs, and that's what Raph used to talk about. I'm sort of glad she's gone. No, not sort of. I am glad she's gone. I was getting nothing done. So she does the same thing. And Sue would just argue and fight, and so all I've got is this, picture of her yelling at me, this face screaming, and it's ugh, and it's still in there, and I just don't want any of it. I'd rather, it's just like the image of a car was good. You were talking about a Suzuki, a bit taller than, not sure. I even I put it in the back of the Rolls Royce, opened the thing, I put the, it might have been a bit of a stretch doing that, but that to me is sort of, that's okay, because I wouldn't mind a car, it would show I'm getting out of this. But yeah, no, that's what it is. It's not that as I said, I'm not going to block you or anything like that. It's just I can't have these left brain images coming up at me, because it's the way it works with me is just really, and you make the comment that I'm very sensitive. I'm sensitive in two ways. I've actually been clobbered. People just think that I'm indestructible, and just treat me like shit, absolute shit. And I'm sick of that, and that's why I won't have anything to do with them. One of the reasons I won't have anything to do with them, I just don't care. I don't know, they must look at me like, you're indestructible. We'll do this to you. We'll gang up on you and do this to you. And I'm trying to say, well, what makes you think I'm indestructible? So I'm sensitive in that way. I've been pretty battered and bruised. So yeah, it doesn't take much to fucking, hurt. As if someone was really kicked and beaten and bashed and this sort of thing, and left in an alley, and you go, I know, I lay the boot into him, it's going to hurt him. Doubly so because he's already in pain. So I'm sensitive in that way, but I'm sensitive in another way as well, that I have to feel these little, it's just little things that have little visions that tell me, okay, now the next is to do this, the next is to do that. It's really faint. It's not like, you'll say, no, pussy, put these, and it clobbers it. It's just, let me put my poster of pussy in front of there, Bob. Just squash that stupid shit you're on about. Boom, what about legs? Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, shave legs. How about that? And it's like, And here I am trying to, and it's really just it's a niggling sort of easily squashed, I can't, I've been so clobbered lately, I can't even get them to happen. But if I'm happy, and I'm not getting bombarded by these left brain images that are just, it comes and works, and that's why I was working really quickly, going really well. But then you started just laying these other things into me, the same as Raph does. And then you say, oh, Raph, how come you have a go at me but not at Raf? Oh, Raf was just, there was no point. I tried to ask her. There's just no point. You know, she just, no point. And she just wants to do what she wants to do. And if it goes the same way with you, well, I'll just have to, I can't, I've got to try and get out of here. I've got to try and get some money happening and what have you. It's not a joke to me. I don't know whether that's going to make sense to you or not. I just don't seem to be able to explain it to anybody. I think you'll think I'm joking or something, but that's how you do it. And if you're clever, you could, I don't know how you do it, but you could figure out a way to bring up, image after image after image, make a bloke come. He wouldn't even have to touch himself. I reckon it'd be possible. I don't want it done to me, and I'm no interest in it, but only from the point of it, I think I'd like to see whether it's true or not. But yeah, if you get it on the right train, you probably need to know what his images are, because when we wank, we scroll through images. We've got images in there, the girls we've been with, or and often the ones we didn't have. So we go, oh, I've done that one, scrolled on it. It's like looking through going through a slideshow, and then you get to a point where it just starts, and you go and you sort of zoom in, but it's it's pretty delicate stuff, but it's all images, and we're pulling them out of our left brain ourselves. They're all stored images. Okay, so that's what you're getting into that area when you talk about that sort of stuff. Any sort of personal description of yourself, and that's well, it's there. It's not your hair or anything like that. No, it's talk about vagina or ass or legs. You talk about your elbows, won't do anything. Nobody wanks about elbows. But it's sort of a whole area. If I had time off, and I was lying on a beach, nothing better to do, it'd be fun to experiment with. But I'm not lying on a beach with nothing to do. I'm actually in the shit, trying to get out, and it's not the time to be doing all that sort of stuff. So I don't mean anything negative by it, but I get the feeling that I get the feeling that you're doing it, but you don't know what you're doing, so you can't really control it. You can't really understand it. And I can say, because I can sort of sense it, like, you're weak, Bob. Yeah, okay. What can I say? Yeah, it's just how it works. And my left brain sees it, calls an image, and I don't know, how do you stop your left brain doing that? So the thing is, chances are, I don't think women do. If I could say something and you're just not going to call an image. It's just, that's not what you do, because you don't need to. You see, you don't need to be designed that way. Why? It's only you come on heat at certain times of the month, right? In a narrow window. So, and for 3/4 of the month you've got no interest. But in that, so I have to be available, or whoever the bloke is, has to be available all the time, because we don't know when we're not programmed to know when our prospective mates are going to come on heat, okay? So we have to, so when you're on heat, you have to call us, somehow, either show us something or say something, or, I don't know, whatever techniques you have, and it's just built into you. This is what you're doing. You're just talking, but you don't need to do much, and you're calling us. Okay? So, okay, right, I'm sex, do you? And that's how it goes. But, and this is what, and then you'll say, you seem to joke around a lot with it, and then complain that men always want to get their dick out. Well, what's happening? What you can't understand is you're joking around and assuming that you're joking. It couldn't possibly be doing anything because look at me, I'm old and fat. Um, I'm not young and sexy like I used to be. So therefore, you deduce this conclusion that couldn't possibly me. Therefore, they are an arsehole. But actually, what you're doing is you're calling all their cards into their left brain, turning them on just by words. Doesn't matter what you look like. You haven't figured out that you're not even on cam yet. So, and you're just turning them on by the words you use, and they're going, "Yeah, let's go, babe." And you're going, "You arsehole, how weak." Okay, and the truth of the matter is, you're the one who started it, not them. And you're the one who started. If you go back and look at your conversations, you'll find that's what happened. Because I know if you just talk to me about anything, but there's just nothing there will happen. But you start calling my left brain to start offering, yeah, it's going to happen. I mean, I know what's going on, so I can overcome it, but it's just such a corrupted file for me now. I just fuck it up completely. And it just gets in. You say it's horrible. Yeah, no, it's horrible for me too. You say it's annoying that blokes want to get their dick out for you. Well, guess what? It's annoying when you actually make my car. Yeah, you do the annoying bit first. So be careful what you say, because that's actually what's happening. It's both annoying when it's not wanted, when it's yeah, like it doesn't matter. Whatever guy you're talking to, if they're ready to go 24/7, 7 days a week. They're ready. Bang. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Anytime they go. So, chicks can, wow, geez, just so easy, aren't you? Yeah, that's how they're designed. They have to be. We all are. you know. And then, oh, gee, yeah. Well, have your issue is with God. Talk to him. You fucked this one up, buddy. We didn't do it. We're just built this way. Like we have two hands, we can't. Two arms, two legs. That's how we come. We didn't have a say in it. And that one is a base level of it's how we reproduce. You've got to turn us on and get us going whenever you are ready. But you're just playing with it, and then getting the shits when you turn them on. But it's just, and then doing it at all times. It's annoying. it's I can't explain it any other way. It's just, and I ask you not to do it, and you say, yeah, well, I'll keep doing it. So you just want to keep annoying me. What for? Why do you want to do that? I don't understand. But maybe you've got no idea. It seems to me most women have got no idea what they're doing. They just do it. And most blokes have got an understanding of what's happening to them. They just react to it. And yeah, everybody complains. It just seems a bit dumb to me. It's pretty obvious. You just have to ask, sort of figure it out. Once you know about left brain, the image story, it's easy. I guess not everybody understands that. It could be the problem as well. I don't know. But that's what's happening. So, if you say anything about that, I'll just say you're being annoying. And just wear it, because you are. I don't need it. I don't want it. I've told you, we've got a platonic friendship. That's what it is. I really need to keep going. I love the company, unless it's annoying. Just the same as you don't want to be annoyed. And so you get annoyed when I have conversations like this. Well, I don't start them. You got to start seeing that. I was quite happy, and I took you to Germany, for God's sake. And I didn't want to talk about washing your bloody vagina or how hairy it was or anything else like that. I just don't want to know about it. But you'll blame me, and this is what happens. And we can't. And I sometimes think, oh, you're worried about bloody sexual rejection, or because I've got no interest in anybody, and I really just want to get my life back together. I'd like to see my kids again if possible. I'm just wondering if, if I had a nicer place and a car and that sort of thing, it might change. I don't know. But that's why I say, if I want sex, I'll get it from Indy. I mean, her internet ups happened. her internet doesn't work, so it's not. There's nothing going to happen. I don't want it anyway. But oops, hang on, what's going on here? Go. God, I hate that freezing up. Yeah, but it's if I want that, I'll get it from her. I'll pay for it, but I don't want it. You know what I mean? It's just, and certainly not now. It's just not the time. It's not. I've got, and now I've got another meeting tomorrow. It's just, it's starting, and like I should have finished it, but because we're having these stupid dead shit conversations about stuff that we shouldn't be having, that's helping to slow things down, not keep us up. It's actually taking it all the way back to, oh fuck, so long ago, But anyway, I'm not angry with you or anything. It's just, it's. I think if you understood what you're doing, now that I've told you this, if you keep doing it, well, I'll know that you're doing it on purpose, just to annoy me. And I'll have to ask, why are you trying to annoy me? Because I don't really want to be annoyed. If you don't do it, well, then that'll probably show that you understood something, and yeah, but it's better for you to understand it. And that way, if you if you want to wind your Italian friend up or your Israeli friend, you can do that. But I don't want to be wound up. I've got no interest. Our relationship's not like that. I don't want it to be. Never did want it to be like that. I didn't want it to be like that with Raph either. But but she just kept pushing it. But you want it. Yeah, no, I don't want it. Oh, fuck. Anyway, so that's what's happening. That's why you're getting annoyed by men who want to get their dick out the whole time. It's mainly because you're actually calling them into action. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a call to action, but you do the calling. You're pulling the strings. Yeah, that dad's like a puppet. Haha, isn't that funny? Not to us, it's not. It could be to them, but it's not to me. Anyway, that's what it is. And it's, I'm not angry about anything else. That's just how it is. You should understand that a little bit better now. Okay, talk later. Bye.